Hi, I'm Jerry Kelvin, and my channel is all about photographing and filming wildlife. Now, what have I got in store for you today? Let's take a look.
Well, good morning and welcome to my office. Looking a little untidy at the minute. Late spring, a lot of growth in here. Skies are a bit grey today, may even get rained on, so I'll have to watch out for that. Now, today is all about microphones, shotgun microphones. Now this is the Sennheiser ME66 with the K6 power. Now that's phantom power and has a battery, so you can use both. So enough of talking about it, let's go and do some testing. And before we get started with testing, I thought I'd tell you why I bought this for. Now the XF300 has a beautiful audio system on it, and I love it, but it's not powerful enough out the front, because a lot of times I have to stay back from my subject, say 3 metres, 4 metres, maybe even further back, so you don't pick up all the intricate sounds. Just say birds nesting, chicks are calling for mum, well I can't hear that, so I need something that's off the camera, hence the reason why I bought this for. Now I've got a 5 metre cord for it. The manual said you shouldn't go over 3 metres, but that's all I could get. I couldn't get a 3 metre lead, but 5 metres sounded alright. I thought it was only cheap, so $20 something, so I'll only have wasted that if it didn't work, but it does. It does work, lucky for me. So the XF300 has a few settings with the audio. So standard setting brings in all the noise, which I've never been keen on. It brings in far too much, especially wind in the trees. Now it has 2 lower cuts. So lower cut 1 takes down a little bit of the noise around the place, and it's much better with voices, so it's much crisper and cleaner with it. But what I use all the time, even right now, is lower cut 2, because it acts like a shotgun microphone. Cuts down a lot of the crap behind and at the sides, and especially up there. You do get aeroplanes go over here all the time, so it does pick them up, but it tames things down really nice, and I love it. I love the speaker on it. And what I'm hoping with this, that it's a lot more powerful, so we get those intricate sounds up close. And why am I doing a review on a microphone that's been around for years, and there are tons of reviews on this on YouTube and on blog sites? Well, no one's done a review in the forest where it's meant for, so I thought I'd do a review on how I would like a review to be done. Testing it out in the conditions where I'm going to use it. So that's what we're going to do. Now, I am not an audio expert at all. I know enough to get myself by, but that's about it. And I'll keep learning over the years. But we're going to test this little baby out in the way that I'll be using it. So there's a couple of ways we're going to test this, and that is with like distances with the actual animals, as well as what it's like with wind going over it, and what it's like with picking up like aeroplanes and stuff going over, comparing it with the XF300. Now our first test is a standard test that anyone should do, and that is at different distances away from the microphone. So I'm going in 2 metre lots, except I'm starting at 1 metre here, so we can compare the two, at close range as well. But then I'm going to go 2 metres away, walk all the way around, and continue that up to 6 metres away. So let's compare it. Let's go back. I'm going to start right here, 2 metres away, and I'm going to walk all the way around the camera at 2 metres. So I'm now going to the right hand side of the camera, keeping my voice the same, whatever. Just speaking normally, walking around. I'm now going to the back of the camera. I'm right at the back, getting my voice exactly the same. Not raising my voice, I'm moving around, and I'm moving to 4 metres. Keeping my voice exactly the same all the way around. I'm now moving around to our 4 metre mark on the right hand side of the camera, keeping my voice the same. I'm going to go to the back now. Moving around to the back, and here I am, 4 metres away from the camera, directly behind. Front of the camera at 6 metres away. I'm now going to go around to the side. Keep my voice the same level, not raising my voice, keeping it low. Now moving around to the side of the camera, 6 metres away. Now I'm going to the back. Here I am, almost there. I'm now 6 metres away from the back of the camera, speaking normally. Now I've got the Sennheiser on and it's its turn. Now it's a pretty powerful unit, I already know that, so my voice is going to be quite loud and a little bit distorted at 1 metre. I'm going to do the test from 2 metres though. So we're starting at 2 metres, keeping my voice as normal as I possibly can at the same level all the way around. So I'm now moving around to the side of the camera, 2 metres away from the right hand side, moving around to the back of the camera. And at the back of the camera, 2 metres away, keeping my voice the same level as much as I possibly can. I'm now on the left hand side, the camera moving up into the front of the camera, standing at 4 metres away. So I'm now going to move around to the side of the camera, trying to keep my voice the same level as I have right through. I'm now 4 metres away. Now moving around to the back. So I'm right at the back of the camera, facing the camera, talking straight to it at 4 metres. Moving around to the front of the camera. Woo. Keeping my voice at the same level as I started with, at 6 metres away. I'm now going to the side. Moving around to the side of the camera. I'm now on the right hand side, facing the camera, 6 metres away. Now going back to the camera, talk to you, standing, looking straight at the camera, 6 metres away at the back. We're going to do a test at 10 metres. So I'm roughly 10 metres away. I'm going to try and keep my voice at the same level as possibly can. Then go to the side and then to the back. And we're using Sennheiser shotgun microphone. So I'm walking around about 10 metres, coming around to the side of the camera. I'm almost there. 10 metres away, right side of the camera. Well, there we have it. This is a lot more sensitive than the speaker on the camera. It's very powerful out in front. They both cancel out pretty well all the noises around. The XF more than what this. Still pick my voice up at the side at 10 metres and at the back where the XF 300 speakers can only just hear me. So it's a lot more sensitive, probably maybe 50%, maybe a little bit more powerful out the front, which brings in some problems. So what I find is when it's mounted on the camera that I'll get a bird that's up there. My subject's just here in front. I can hear both. That one up there just as loud as what's in front. So it's distracting and annoying, and it's not what I wanted. I wanted a much narrower sound intake. So the sensitivity is huge, and we can't adjust that down any more than I already have. In the power supply, the K6 has two modes, a normal mode and then one that levels out that type of thing, so those other sounds that are way in the background and that thing, but it's nowhere near enough. XF 300 has some adjustments, but not for sensitivity. They can't do a lot in the camera, so I'm going to have to look at in the future some sort of media in between camera and the microphone. That's a great test to do with microphones. Really gives you the answers that you're after, but there's other things that we need to test it with. We're going to take this off the camera and right up close to the subject so we get those intricate little noises, and we'll see whether this is far too sensitive for that. Turning the volume down, like I said, doesn't get rid of the sensitivity, all the noises, you know, doesn't cancel out a lot of things. Everything that's in front will be on, at any distance, whatever. As well as wind. What's the difference between this and that with wind over the microphone? Does it get more distorted than the XF 300? Because that is an issue when you don't have dead cats like I haven't at the minute, but I am going to have to get them. So enough waffling on. Let's do those tests. Now I'm at a secret location where I film my little agile antechinus. Just here, I've got a few females that I film every now and then. Now I'm going to take the microphone off the camera, put it aside here. I'm going to sit over there where I normally sit, so I'm 3 metres away. Now, clever me came up with an ingenious invention. Well, I didn't make them. They're the legs, or the protectors of the spikes of the legs of the tripod. So they just clip on and off, and I thought, they look like they'll fit, and it is fantastic for when you want something on the ground up close, and if the ground's on a bit of an angle, they go with the angle. Or you can push it up a little bit, make a little pile behind and bring the angle back down, whatever you want to do. So let's stop talking about it and do some testing. Our first one will be up close, about 1 metre away. I think I'm a little bit too close there. Sounds are a little bit distorted. So I'll move it back a little bit and we'll see how that goes. Well, that worked out really well. That's a lot better. I was about 1.5 away, maybe a little bit closer. Just stop that distorted sort of noise and it sounds nice. So I'm thinking that this is going to do the job for me. Now here's the normal what I normally get from the XF300 speaker. So big difference, you don't get all the noises. It's quite pleasant, everything around you can hear the little birdies chirping and it's all very nice, but we don't get those intricate noises, so little scrapping. So it's nowhere near as powerful. Now what's it like when a breeze runs over it? Not wind, just a very gentle breeze. How sensitive is this and how sensitive is the XF300? Set on lower cut too. So I've already done a test, did it yesterday. So here's the Sennheiser on the camera, so they're both set in the same place, so we get an unbiased opinion of both of them. So here's the Sennheiser. That's very sensitive. That was a very small breeze and I've got little birdies flying all around me at the minute. That was just the tiniest of breeze. You can see things moving in the background. Now what I did was quickly left the video go and quickly flicked over, turned this off and put the XF300's microphone on, and here it is. Well, that certainly shows us just how sensitive this microphone is. We'll have to get a dead cat for it. Got no choice, even with the slightest of breezes. It needs one desperately. With the XF300 I can get away with it a little bit. That's what it sounds like with the XF300 with a plane going over. I'm going to quickly put this back on. Whoops, probably should stand back a little bit powerful. And that's what it sounds like with an aeroplane going over with the Sennheiser. Now I was lucky enough yesterday as I was walking into the reserve, there was a yellow-tailed black cockatoo sitting on a branch cooing away. Well, they don't coo, they rah rah away, and it had two others that were talking to it. So I turned the Sennheiser on and this is what it sounds like. So it's really nice. I'm happy with the volume of the sound and everything. It was really good. 6 metres off the ground, about 15 metres away. So it's beautiful, powerful, it's really good for that. And I've got plenty of mozzies. Now I also sat down over at my favourite spot to film the antechinus, had the microphone off the camera, up close, and a bird came in for a bit of a visit, and then it flew off. The microphone picked up its wings, beautiful, and it sounds awesome. It really gives something to the image. So here it is. So not bad, hey? So I'm looking forward to the future of filming in here, getting all those beautiful sounds. Well, that's it for testing. Done just about everything I need to. Showing you how powerful it is out the front and how sensitive it is. Now when we get those breezes on, we need foam and the dead cat because it's so super sensitive. I actually put my beanie around it yesterday. We had a slight breeze running over it and I could hear it quite strongly, and it worked. Got rid of the wind over it, or the breeze over it, but it won't work when it's a bit stronger, that's for sure. It'll come straight through. Now I'll be using this off the camera more than I will be on the camera. So I'll be having it up close to my subject so I get all those beautiful noises that I couldn't get before because the camera's too far back and it just can't pick it up. So this will give me that, as well as mounting it on the camera when I'm walking around the place, ready for action. I'll be able to get a bird singing on the branch, or like the yellow-tailed black cockatoo that I showed you, 10-15 metres away, making its noises, carrying on, coming through the microphone beautifully. Now I won't be using it like I am right now. I'll have to use the XF300 to talk to the camera because it's nicer. This has a slightly different tonal range on my voice that I'm not completely happy with. So I'll use the XF, it's much better anyway, and I'd have to turn the volume down because you can't stand up close to the camera like I am now, a metre away. This would just be distorted, it's so powerful. So am I completely happy with it? Not completely, but it's going to do. Because no camera gear, no camera accessory, or cameras, or film cameras are ever perfect. They're never exactly what we want. This is close. The wind and getting some noises further out than I wanted. I'd rather a much more tunneled effect rather than picking up something that's, you know, off on 30-degree angle or whatever. The same as what's in front of me. Is a slight issue that I wish that wouldn't have been like that, but it is. But overall, I am happy. So there you go. You know what to expect now. It's pretty close to what everyone's been saying. Beautiful and light, really ultralight, and that was the second reason I wanted this for. The first being that it was good for picking up nature and it had good sound. So that's enough of me waffling on. If you'd like to subscribe, click on the subscription button down below and you'll get notification whenever I do anything. Go on, I know you want to. And if you'd like to see all the reviews and me practicing at making wildlife documentaries, click on the icon just down there underneath this screen and that'll take you to my channel and you can have a look at everything I've done over the years. So that's enough of me. Now just remember, if you don't do, you don't get. So get out there and start photographing and filming wildlife. See ya.